Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Catching up with the savagery that occurred. The brutal murder of the Clarendon family has triggered fainting spells, ladies and gentlemen, at the Beulah All-Age School that two of the deceased has attended, ladies and gentlemen. It's a breaking news. Greetings in the name of the Most High. Emperor Haile Selassie I the First and Empress Menendo Balance. Ladies and gentlemen, you know I'm Rastafari, so your people, TV, and if this is your first time tuning in, hit that red subscribe button for me, and we're going to have a great relationship. A little bit down today, ladies and gentlemen, after the brutal murder that took place in Coco Piece, ladies and gentlemen. It's a heart-shaking, a gut-wrenching situation as Gwendolyn Wright McKnight weeps unconsolably. John no family, I'm not even knowing if it start. Now, as you know, Kemisha Wright and her 4 children were viciously taken away from their families and from the world and from the whole island. Their schoolmates are still feeling it. Some of the children of the Beulah All-Age are suffering fainting spells on hearing that 2 of their schoolmates, 10-year-old Shemari Smith and 5-year-old sister Kafana, were found amongst the family of the 5 whose body were found with their throat cut Tuesday morning at their home in Coco Piece. See, in the Chapleton Clarendon area in that community, everyone's shaking right now. Members of Parliament are speaking out about it. Principal Nadine Gayle Little said that the tragedy is having an overwhelming impact on students and administrators. In fact, the school postponed the second day of end-of-year examination. She stated that we saw our students fainting one after another. Asthma attacks, panic attacks. We had to give first aid with physical support to them. Their legs just wouldn't sustain them. Gayle said that to the newspaper hours after news of the savagery emerged. I'm impressed also that as young as the children are, especially at the ages 4 and 5 and 6 levels, we could see that the students take on the adult role of supporting each other. Gayle Little told the journalists shortly after a prayer session with representatives from Jamaica's Teachers Association, Education Ministry, Children Protection and Family Service Agents, and the education for this other schools. The teacher sat alone in the classroom at the Beulah All-Age School in the morning. The savagery of the murder that took their 2 children, their 2 family members, has hurt and has shaken them to the core. Some had to be fanned. Some had to be held up by others, even while they were sitting on the chair because they were overwhelmed with grief. The babies, too, were traumatized. There was just a ripple effect, one after another, she added. The others described the situation as somber. The siblings identify as 15-year-old Shemari Smith and 23-month-old Kemisha Henry, and the mother of the children, said to be only in her 30s, is Kemisha Wright. According to the Commissioner of Police, General Anthony Anderson, who was at the scene about 7:50 a.m., police were alerted that a family member went to the house and found the mother and her children dead. The team immediately went down there to see what was happening because This is unusual for this community. This is not a place where we have a lot of violence in Clarendon. He said, nothing like this has ever happened here. It appears to have been a killing with a sharp impalement. The constable informed the army, and the armed guards of the corporate unit named 23-year-old Roshane Barrett, otherwise called Jet or Nick, as a person of interest. Barnett. So that's Roshane Barnett. Barnett. Barnett, the police said, is known frequently to frequent Coco Piece, Wilson Run, Trelawney, and Papine in St. Andrew. The murders result in a heavy build-up of traffic in the community, which has not been seen for a while. Right now, they're telling residents that are familiar with the place to use alternate routes. The family members are stricken with grief and sadness. A loud outcry were heard from the crowd each time one of the body was removed from the house by the undertaker. The father of the 23-month-old the father of the 23-month-old, who is also a soldier, was observed being consoled by his colleagues. While Kashima mothers, Gwendolyn Wright McKnight, cried profusely. Everybody dead in the house. My one daughter, my grandchild. Me can't manage it. Wright McKnight cried repeatedly as she was comforted by Minister of Education and Youth Favlal Williams. The Education Minister expressed shock at the incident. I'm speechless. I'm without words right now as to what happened here this morning. How could anyone contemplate killing 4 children and a mother, including a baby, she said. The whole community is in mourning. I was with my mother for a while, and once I heard her grief and the sorrow, I could feel it. It is horrible. This is not Jamaica that we want to have. We are sending a very strong message to those who contemplate, and then these brutal acts on our children, she said. The children's uncle, who had discovered their body about 7:30 a.m., said, "If I tell you the truth, me just know me go in at this stumble upon this body. My little niece and my nephew, I don't even see the mother because she did under the bed." The great-grand-uncle of the 23-year-old told the news he was in shock. "Me out here from morning. Me can't even cry. Such a nice little boy. When me see him always bumping me fist," he said. Kashima's brother, 32-year-old Oral O'Brien Riley, said he had heard that the man being sought by the police was upset with his sister about an issue. Resident described Kemisha, who was affectionately called Reds, and her children as good peoples. Me ball. Me ball. Me ball from me yard comes straight round here. She said Kashima usually work with my niece. She's a very nice lady. I just say Reds. She just a laugh. One resident told the newspaper. Another said the mother was good. A good girl. Her children are really bright. So ambitious. Was looking forward to them to be a nurse or a doctor. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm shaking. My heart, man, to my heart. My heart. 4 little youth. Biggest 115. I feel it for the mother. Because when a parent have to bury a child, you feel it for a while. I'm telling you. When a parent have to bury a child, Rastafari, it's a real tragedy in our life. Hurt to the core. And this is not 100. This is not 1,000. It had not even 10,000 episode. Excuse me, people. But me hurt. The real me hurt. If you see such little boys and girls get destroyed. To see women being taken out. To hear elderlies being murdered. To hear foreigners' life being destroyed. And the main reason why me hurt people is because me feel weak, deficient, feel that I've let down the core of the society. I mean, know enough. Man out there feel it. Can't do nothing. We feel helpless. We wonder if devil people, we wonder if there's a true and living God. Because just you know, he hot. Especially when your family I feel the pain. Especially when your mother and sister and daughter he hot like a fire. Ladies and gentlemen, me can't to continue because me hurt. And for what it's worth, me no want to show them your weakness your worldwide. Cause man fi jam. But me I tell you, when I think a weakness when man ball. Like Adi say, somebody have to ball. Somebody have to cry. Especially when you kill them innocent people here and people are wonder why. Hit the red subscribe button. Leave your comment, ladies and gentlemen. Because it now go down here, so. That's why people continue to fall. That's why people continue to ball. Because evil out there breeding, multiplying, and killing off innocents. So sometimes the good get angry and take out the bad. Ladies and gentlemen, I am really, really sad to see the wickedness that we continue to display on the innocent people of today. I'm Rastafari over of Deep Roots TV. Hit that red subscribe, my family. Leave your comment. It hot. It hot. I'm shaken to the core to see my women and children being murdered next door.
Hello, my name is Regina and welcome to Deep Roots TV. Big up Deep Roots TV. Respect, make sure the
Kafana. Cause me can't do nothing. You swear me can't do nothing. Boy, me vex. Me heart. Cause me can't do nothing. R.I.P. and my condolences to the family. But me know that no matter. Me know that no matter. People them dead already. He hot. John, oh, hot.